Obviously, this is a surf-crazy town and community. The Board Riders Club that you've been a part of forever means a lot to you. But I just wanted to ask you, I've done a few trips to Raglan. The energy is very different with this contest.
It almost feels like an event win for me right now. It's crazy. You can just a really rough start to the year, but my surfing's been feeling good, and I think just things haven't really been going my way. So, yeah, feels amazing to win a heat finally. It feels like you kind of forget the feeling sometimes, but yeah, I'm stoked.
When you come into new events after not having the performances that you would have liked, how do you kind of shift that mindset and still back yourself and back your surfing?
Yeah, I mean, it's really tricky, It's like you just try not to let the results define you, and like kind of just keep trying to do your best surfing, show up every day, and yeah, just dig yourself out of the rut, It's hard, you wake up every day like...
4.67, and on a day like today, it's not a bad start here.
Yeah, it's a decent start. Obviously, both these guys on their backhand today. Mateus kind of speeding down the line here. Bit of a foam climb, and then it kind of runs off down the side here, and he gets a couple of nice backhand slaps down the inside here. These guys have been ripping all in the lead up to the event. I've seen Leo on a couple of good waves. Obviously, he's known to have a pretty good backhand, and Mateus is obviously pretty solid. And
head noise might have started to creep in. What was the strategy going into it, and how did you adapt when things changed?
It's crazy.
Maybe some world champs and some professional surfers in the future, but we'll see what the future holds.
Bring it on. Here we go. Mateus Herdy not wasting any time, getting busy on the inside, has the speed and has the flare above the lip, and he spins one and just goes flying out of the rotation down the line, looking for more here. A 4.67 on his first ride. Swings his board into reverse once again. Maybe a little bit of inspiration from Billy Stammen on that ride.
This is where Mateus is so dangerous because he has the ability to take to the air, generate so much speed. Little check turn to start things off. Watch him just pump down the line here, generating all that acceleration. The stance widens as he's pumping down the line. Little lateral on the air rev on that one, but he kept all that speed and momentum going, and just this little kind of tail flick air rev to finish off. So on a tiny little wave, he's gotten some great work done, basically just extracted every point out of that ride. Great technique here. He's one of these surfers that is real expressive. Munez, who has a lot of expression in the way they surf. Here we go.
Bit more size in the face of this one for the Italian, who draws off the bottom into the pocket a couple of times here. This is already looking like the best number of the heat as he hits it again. And Leo has found a gem here, working this one over big time as he rolls through to the inside. Just the ability to open up on this wave. Finds a clean flow, tries to kick the fins on the final section. Doesn't quite get there. The Brazilian, he had the flare, he was exciting, but the judges really want to see that power unloaded as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Great top to bottom surfing here through the end part of this wave for Leo. Just stinging it at all the right moments, and loved the tempo on this one. Just really maintaining that speed through these, I guess they're almost figure eight arcs on your backhand. Off the bottom, pivoting tight off the top, almost coming back on his own track as he comes back off the lip. And Leo coming from behind the section, really important to do on the backhand. And that puts himself in the real steepest part of the wave here.
Kind of a little special extra at the end there.
So here goes Mateus Herdy, floating down the line, really clean float. Didn't lose any speed, and he is getting an opportunity to show us what he can do with a better face on this wave, not having to manufacture speed. The wave providing it, and he is going to throw some flare at us on the final section. He likes the feel of it. So he opted for the busy start, took some of those smaller waves, and Leo was patient. Let's have another look at this one. Rich, take us through it.
Yeah, I love this opening floater. Almost a really functional way to get down the line. Little tail drop at the end. Comes around that section really smooth. Pay attention to just how he sits on these bottom turns. That drives him, gives him all that speed to get up into the lip. And Mateus getting a little bit of flare at the end there, but those those manoeuvres down the line where he was just de-weighting enough to get those little fin drift. It's those little details that the judges will be paying attention to. Great technique here. Nice and smooth. You saw that that inside hand just caressing the face of the wave through that bottom turn. That keeps him nice and low. Keeps him all coiled up, just compressing that power so that he can
pocket. Otherwise, you're kind of missing scoring opportunity, as we see the Brazilian loading up. He's going to have to throw something big down the line here to make this one count. There it is. Wow. If he got on top of his board there and rode out of that air, there's a chance that he...
Yeah, no, we do get big spells around here, and normally I'm just surfing Manu Bay when it's 3 foot like this, so...
All right, the backdoor 2-minute countdown has begun, and Mateus is looking for that air section on the inside. You can tell he's got the technique, he's got the style. What he can't find out there at the moment is the right section to take that flight. Well, he's got to get moving, though, and he will. Rides high on the face to get some speed, chasing a 4.41. He has to rip this wave. There's been some good surfing done in this heat, and Leonardo continues to hammer away. A number of big hits on the pocket, and he's not done yet as he rolls through to the inside. He has had a busy run at this one, and there's a lot of quality turns laid down. And he is going to finish right there on the inside with just 55 seconds to go. Pretty impressive stuff.
In the way he approaches these waves, really flaring off the top there. Comes all the way down the line, and just, watch this, just zapping here. Gets some tail release. Accelerates out of the turn. Beautiful momentum and rhythm down the line. Staying nice and curled up. Off the bottom, off the top. Leonardo Fioravanti just putting on a little bit of a clinic on that wave, really. Backside surfing at its best.
Yeah, really sharp. And just proving again that he is not just a brilliant surfer, but
it can actually work against you and you get out of your comfort zone. But he was in attack mode. It's worked for him, and that's just really an indication of where his headspace is at the moment.
Thank you, Joe. Leo, I mean, you've come in here after that heat win and you got cheers and claps and big smiles from all the kids down here supporting.
Oh, the crowd is actually amazing. You can really tell the whole New Zealand crowd of surfing was so excited for all of us to be here. And yeah, a bit of a bummer that the waves, because this wave is really fun, and a bit of a bummer that it's a bit small and slow, but when they come, they're really fun. And yeah, that was one of those heats that you just got to stay in it until the end.
It's tough when you have those grindy heats and you have to really just keep pursuing and have that grit. What are some things that really help you to get through those ones? I
stayed patient. This whole event, I've kind of, looking at the forecast, I've said, you know what, I'll give it my all. I'll try my best. I'll try to make good decisions, and whatever happens, happens. And that's what I made good decision at the start. I let a few waves go and start on the best wave of the heat. And I was just sitting there going, 10 minutes, there'll be a wave. 5 minutes, there'll be a wave. 2 minutes, I don't know anymore. And just went all in on that last wave, and, grateful for the opportunity. Mateus is an amazing surfer, so I knew he put up a good fight. And if no waves came, then, good on Mateus. But like I mentioned, grateful for that wave, and so excited to keep it going because I do want to stay in New Zealand. This place is one of the most beautiful places in the world, seriously.
How good is it going left as well?
Going left it's amazing. I share, my coach is Richard Dogmar. She's a goofy footer. It's obviously Tyler, but then there's Connor and Ramsey, two of the best goofy footers in the world. And I learned so much from them going on my backhand. I often just flip their videos the other way so that I can, picture myself doing what they do. And that's what I've been trying to do, just trying to do what they do with Dog when we're going right. And, Connor got me that last event. So obviously what he was doing is at the moment, he's one, if not the best goofy footer in the world, I think, especially on his backhand, and just learning from the best.
We love it. Thanks, Leo. Good luck in the next one. Thanks, guys.